YouTube, DK126 here, coming to you guys with a locals report. I got first place at my locals last weekend. Sorry for the late post, but yeah, I went X1 and I went 6 rounds, 2 Yugiohs, 2 Mermails, 1 Spellbooks, and 1 Irrelevant deck. That wasn't really that great, but yeah. Um, I changed up my deck a little bit, and I'm actually liking this deck a lot more. Um, I feel like it's a lot more aggressive, a lot stronger. It makes my opponent struggle a little bit more, and I think that's what this deck's supposed to do, and it makes it so that your win condition can go off actually. Alright, I'm just gonna show you my little text. I'll give you the little explanation on why I put these cards in there. Alright, to the deck profile. And I apologize for showing you guys Harpy decks. Yeah, this is like my only deck right now. I'm trying to figure out what other decks, but it's been. I'm sorry for the repetitiveness. But here you go. 3 Chandler, Standard. 3 Queen. 3 Dancer. 2 Harpy Lady 1. 1 Harpy Lady 1. 2 Separate Harpies, 1 Harpy Lady 1, and 1 Zephyros. That's for the monsters. 3 Hobins. 3 Hunting Ground. 3 Sign. 1 Egotist, and 1 MST. The 1 MST, it's very useful during, like, if you're going against a random deck that has, like, a field card. You want to keep your field card up as much as possible. Or, like, you're going against, like, cards that your field card cannot stop. Like, let's say Abyss Sphere. This is really good against the Mermail matchup when I just kept it in the hand when I knew that I was playing against a Mermails. MST, their Spear, they don't expect it, especially in this deck, because this deck doesn't really run MSTs, and, well, it's just really good right now, I feel. I think it's needed, especially during this format, when it's just the top YCS decks were Mermails, and that is ridiculous, but yeah. MST, I felt like it was just needed in the deck. Traps, your win condition, Hysteric Party. Call the Haunted. I decided to bump it up to 2. I felt like it was needed at 2. It makes your opponent just struggle on either deciding on should they waste their MST on that or something more threatening, like the card under it. They don't know what your back row is. They can't really read it unless you like bluff it by keeping the field card out. Either way, I'm gonna summon out the monster and pop one of the back rows, or they're just gonna MST this card and stop my summon. It's just more of a bait card. It's also really an aggressive card too at the same time. When you're trying to push for game, you go Call the Haunted. You go attack. They don't do anything in response. You go Call the Haunted, go for game. Really good. Blackhorn, outstanding, like usual. Double Phoenix Chain. Same thing with the Call of the Haunted. It's a continuous card. Either they waste their mysteries on that, or they get their effects negated. Instead of the Wing Blast, I went Rigeki Break. Rigeki Break's really, really good, I feel. It's better than sending the top card to the top of the deck. Like, yeah, I get that Leo's a really good card, but Armor is a better card. Armor is really hard to get over too, especially in this deck. If you're playing like, if your opponent's playing like 2 Skill Prisoners and all that, it's kind of hard for me to get into Lightning Chidori. And plus, since Blackhorn's getting, like, it's just in every deck, it's just really hard for me to get off my plays and get rid of their monster. So Rigeki Break's really good. I would always do like Standby Phase, Rigeki Break, Stitch Sign, pop their armor when it's set, and then they get like upset about that. But that's Yu-Gi-Oh. One of Bottomless, Chopstone, Torrential, Solemn, and my MVP of the day, or of that day, Benny's Emptiness. This card is stupidly broken. That's all I have to say about it. there's so many times where it just stopped the Yugioh and Mermail players. They would go MK2, I'd go Vanny's Emptiness. Oh, so it leaves them out of 1,000 beater. I'm a 1,000 attack monster, which I'm just gonna crash over. Also with I did this to both my Gear players. They flipped Gear. I go Vanny's Emptiness. They didn't have the MST for it, so their card did not resolve, and they were upset. Very, very salty. Also with the Mermail player, he had the gun defect, and he was under Reckless Greed. I flipped up the Vanny's Emptiness, and he couldn't do nothing about it. And I also Phoenix Chained his TS, so he was top decking still. No cards in hand plus Vanny's Emptiness. Seems pretty good. Alrighty. To the extra deck. 2 Chidori, standard. 2 Xerophile. 1 Exciton. 1 1 1 Dweller. 1 Corn. 1 Diamond Dart. 1 Greasy Box. 1 Cowboy. And my game winner, Harlan Draco. I feel like this is either you go Cowboy if you're at 800, or you go Draco if your opponent's at 1,000 or more. Especially if they're just top decking and they have no back row. It's really good. If you see like you don't want to hit into armor, like that's how I won a game too. He was top decking, he had no back row, and he had the armor in his hand. He set the armor. I go Harlan Draco, and he had 1,000 life points left, and I hit for game. He just was. The only thing he did was just he smiled because he loves this card. The card's amazing. Phantasmal is like when you have this and Cowboy out on the field, when you attack for when you push for party is really good. Or Phantasmal and a Cowboy, either they have to get rid of that, or the only way of them getting out of that is a Dark Hole, which is really good. 1 Masquerade and Ouroboros. I was not proxying, but I was borrowing my Love Chain from somebody else. Either take this card out for a Love Chain, or yeah, Chain is really needed in this deck. Side deck, double Veiler, double Maxi, 1 Dark Hole, 1 DeFi, double MSC, the set of MSCs, 1 Lightning Prisoning Mirrors, or 2, 1 Dust, 1 Skill Prisoner, 1 Soul Train, and double Mind Crush. Alright guys, there's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy. Please comment, thumbs up, subscribe. Try out the deck. I enjoy this deck a lot. It's really strong, really aggressive. I feel like it's pretty good. I probably would bump up or put in the side deck another Vanny's Emptiness, or not sure. It's just like, I think the only problem with it is just still the 2-card combo. That's what this deck is about, and that's what makes it inconsistent at sometimes. But right now, I feel like it's a pretty decent build, pretty good build right now. I've been doing pretty well with it. I recommend trying it out and see. You can put your own little text in it and stuff. But that's all. Hope you guys enjoy. DK Huyn 26.